Good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It's about 6:22 a.m. Pacific Standard Time where I'm at, and it is 9:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're just a few minutes away from the opening. It looks like I can finally go live on YouTube, so that's always a great thing. But I want to start off with the morning prayer, and then we'll get right into it. Heavenly Father, I thank you for another day and for other opportunities to grow in wisdom and discipline. Lord, guide my mind, my patience, and my emotions today. Help me to trade with clarity, integrity, and self-control, not out of greed or fear, but with purpose and peace. Let this live stream be a blessing, not just for me, but everyone watching, that we all may learn and walk in your wisdom. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so got excellent connection, perfect. So let's get right into it. So let's see where we're at. We're on the 5-minute chart. So what I like to do is I like to use the volume profile. Let me make sure that my connection for Rhythmic is up and running. I don't want that to go out. So let's see, connections. Disconnect, connect. Alright, why is this not connecting? Okay, there we go. Alright, connected to Apex, so there's no problem. So, based on the volume profiles, I'm looking at where we're currently at from previous days. Higher volume area plus the point of control from last week's session. This is on, looks like the 16th last Thursday, so I'm going to mark out this area. Definitely a lot of consolidation, and you see a huge drop from there too, going in a bearish direction, so I'm going to mark that as resistance, and price is currently trading into that as well. And then also I'm going to mark out the current session's point of control, which is the blue line, and then the lower volume area, which is the red for this current session. I'm going to have that marked out as well for potential support. So we have that marked out just in case, and then I'm going to mark out this high as well, which price is already swept. So I'm definitely curious to see how price is going to react. Going into the 9:30 open, it's about 6:25 a.m. my time, 9:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's go down to the 1 minute. So let's see how it lines up now. Okay, so I mean, you can see all this consolidation, and with a significant drop like this, yeah, I like to mark those out as either support or resistance. In this case, it would be resistance for me. And I use the volume profile to figure out, where all the volume is accumulating at, and that's where I'm going to mark my main levels at, because the price either likes to, it's like a magnet. Price is attracted to those areas, and it will want to trade to those areas, or once it gets to that area, either it's going to bounce and reverse, or it's going to break through, bounce, and then continue on. So I like to have these significant levels marked out, and then I also have volume too as well. I like to see how volume reacts inside of these main areas as well, especially if we, let's say if this is a resistance level, which it is, I would like to see buying pressure start to decrease as we get into the 9:30 open, and then 10-15 minutes after the open, I want to see buying pressure start to decrease And if it does take a high, then usually buying pressure will spike up because of all the buy stops that are above the high. So you will see a spike, but then I want to see a reversal coming back down into the support area where the point of control is at the 67.20 area. And then we have the lower volume area at 67.12 as well. And if you don't know, I'm trading the ES, I'm trading micro contracts. And this is the Apex 25K account. I'm currently up $110.98, and I started last Wednesday on the funded account. So let's see if we can get our first payout on this. And what I like to do is I like to try to wait at least 10 to 15 minutes just to see price, or try to see volume kind of slow down a little bit, start to even out. You can see this is a 20 SMA currently, so I like to see it, it typically goes up into the 945 time, and then it starts to level out. So that's what I currently want to see before I start looking to get into a trade. So I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to look for another low. Typically where price ends up after consolidation ends up having a strong move either to the upside or the downside. Okay, so 930 hits. You can see we have a huge move, huge bullish move to the upside. My thought process is since there is a huge, obviously, bullish move, I'm thinking that it's taking out some of these stops, these buy stops in this area, but, it could continue on. Not saying that it can't, but, these are relative equal highs currently. And price did just take that out. So you'll see, especially in volume, you'll see a huge spike in buy volume. But it is 930. So there's always going to be a good amount of volume at the start of the market. Okay, so we're definitely trading inside. So we hit this point of control, or not the point of control, the higher volume area from Thursday's session at the 67.44 area. So let's see how price reacts in this area. I'm not going to do anything at this moment. I'm going to wait to at least 10-15 minutes, preferably 15 minutes after the 9:30 open, to figure out what direction price wants to go for a short-term move for me to get in, to get at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward opportunity. Price could want to take out this high too, so I'm going to mark out this high from last Thursday's session, just in case it does. But you can see as we're getting into resistance currently, buying pressure is starting to slow down a little bit. And you can see the candles are starting to wick a little bit in this high volume area, so might see a short-term resistance level, or price can end up coming up and sweeping the current session's high that's formed currently, and then also the previous day's high as well. So all in all, we're just going to remain patient, see how price wants to play out in the next couple minutes. I'm also looking at the 5-minute chart on NinjaTrader, and then the 1 minute, as you can see on TradingView. So it's about 9:35 Eastern Standard Time. We can see buying pressure has slowed down since the open. Like I said, I think a lot of it had to do with some possible buy stops, people moving their buy stops to this high at 67.37 area. There's definitely a lot more possible buy stops at the 67.50 area as well, so I'm thinking price will want to take that out, and we'll see how much volume does spike up when it does. But since we're trading in resistance, there would have to be a significant push to the upside for me to consider getting in. Plus we have the current session point of control down here at the 67.20 area. It hasn't moved just yet. And then we have the lower volume area at the 67.12 on ES. So I'm not going to look for a buy opportunity at this point, since we are in a high resistance area. What I want to see is price sweep this liquidity in this area, and then a possible short-term reversal down to this higher volume area at the 67.36, and then, possible point of control as well. So it's about 9:37. See what price wants to do. Price could also want to trade back into this point of control. You have this pretty significant, strong, bullish candle. Price may want to come back in and continue bullish. So, it all depends. I'm just going to stay, as fluid as possible and, just trade with what price gives me. And I'm only taking 2 trades today. That's part of the rules. If I win the first one, I'm done. If I lose, then I'll take a second one. But win or lose, regardless, I'm done. So 2 trades and that's it. This is where volume starts to, or at least the 20 SMA starts to level out, going into 940 to 945. So definitely want to see what we end up doing. Still trading inside the high resistance level at the 67.46 area. And I do see on NinjaTrader that we did have some rejection on this 9:45 minute candle. And I think a lot of times, because we're exactly where previous day's liquidity was, a lot of times the market likes to try to engineer this liquidity. And it just stopped right on a dime. Slight reversal. So it may end up taking out this equal high that is formed. So I definitely want to see how volume reacts. I'm going to definitely assume that there's going to be a lot of buying pressure once it does hit, and you'll see this spike in volume. And for me, I believe that it just tells me that there's just a significant amount of buy stops getting hit before a potential reversal. So let's see what happens. It's about 941. Or, price can obviously retrace and then continue up. We can also have that happen as well. For me, I just want to stay as patient as I can, and just wait for my setup to show and then execute and leave it at that. No emotion, nothing, just what I see, execute, don't even think about it. Win or lose, the numbers, eventually will play out as long as, I'm consistent and my win rate is where it should be. Which, for 1 to 2 to break even, I believe only need maybe a 33% win rate. Usually I'm in the 50%, 40 to 50, 45 to 55%, sometimes even higher. So as long as I could stay over that and not over leverage on these trades, have solid risk management, then I believe that, I'll be okay and I can get to that first payout. Okay, you see price has taken previous day's liquidity and we did have a rejection off of that level. We did have somewhat of a increase in buy volume as well. So now I want to see what price is going to do. I want to see, some rejection coming from this high, and I want to see buy volume start to decrease, and I want to see some sell volume increase. So let's see what happens with this next candle. It's about almost 9:44. So this is the time where I like to start looking for an opportunity. Usually from 9:45 to 10 is when I start looking for a trade setup. Okay. So if this is a strong bearish candle, then okay, so now point of control has switched. So let me see. Ten contracts. Let's see what price wants to do at this point. I do like the bounce off of the point of control, so if it shifts down, then I'm going to look for a bearish play, but we do have a high, pretty significant buying right now currently. So let's see what happens. We might just continue to go bullish. If we do, then I would want to see price trade through, bounce off, and then continue. So we are continuing to go up. Looks like there's no sign of a short-term reversal happening, but I'm a little hesitant because we are still in a high resistance area. So let's see how price wants to play out on this. I am seeing buying pressure slightly decreasing, but not by much. There's really no selling pressure coming in just yet. So we might not see that. So if we get another one of these, bearish candles, and then we get another strong bullish push, then I'm going to look at getting long. Yeah, I'm still a little hesitant because we're still in resistance area, so I haven't really seen a strong enough push for me to want to get in. So if I start seeing more selling pressure than buying pressure, then I definitely want to look at getting in. Point of control has shifted down to the 6719 area as well. So let's see what happens.
Order
I'm going to
filled.
look at getting into a sell. I have my stop at 6754 area.
Order
And whatever
submitted.
happens, happens. And then I'm going to have my stop at 6740.
Order submitted.
So I probably am wrong on this one, but let's see. Probably should have waited. Yeah, probably should have waited. Yeah, I was a little impulsive on that one. What I like to see is confirmation and then a retracement. I don't like trying to time the point of, reversal. So let's see how it plays out. Not really expecting too much at this point. Buying pressure has decreased though. So if I can see a strong bearish candle with strong bearish volume, then I know that that would be a sure sign of a reversal, at least short term. So let's see. Almost at break even. We're about 67.50 area. It's about 955. So let's see if we can get maybe a possible strong push down. If not, then, it is what it is. I would like to see selling pressure increase though if this trade is going to play out. Okay, we have our strong bearish reaction. Okay, selling pressure starting to increase. That's a good sign. Right now I'm going for a 1 to 2.11 risk to reward. Stop is at 67.40. Let me make sure I got my entry correct. 67.49.50. See where we're at currently. So I'm gonna slightly push it down to 67.38.50, just so we can get the 1 to 2.1 risk to reward. So point of control did shift back up. So now I want to see price just reject from this area at 67.48. I want to see price reject and continue bearish. So now I want to see strong volume coming in and pushing this down. Okay, we're at 67.45 area. That's about 957. As we get closer into this huge bullish candle, I don't want to see rejection candles coming in. I want to see, strong selling pressure coming into the market at this point. Okay, that was a good rejection. Let's see if we can get some follow through now. Currently at 67.47, hovering around the blue point of control area on the volume profile. You know, price can definitely come back, and this could be just a retracement from this bullish move, you know, after the 9:30 open. But I think that we can still come down at least into here before, you know, a possible, you know, morning retracement for a bullish opportunity. So let's see. I do like that buying pressure is starting to slow down, but we need to start seeing some selling pressure coming in, or selling volume, to validate this trade. So let's see if we can get a strong push off of this point of control area at 67.48. So we're not really getting that currently. So if anything, I should have waited until we actually had some type of push down for me to get into this, instead of trying to get in, you know, on this candle at 9:52. I was a little impatient, got in a little too early. But let's see what happens. Buying pressure has started to increase, which isn't really a good sign for me. But yeah, I don't really like this. Let's see what price wants to do. If anything, I would like to see a rejection coming off of this candle with a strong bearish surge of volume coming in, if we're going to do anything. If not, then, you know, the trade is basically off. Yeah, the buying pressure is a little too much. So it's about 10:02 now. So I think win or lose regardless. I think this is definitely going to be my last trade, since we're essentially past 10:02. I don't like being in the market after a certain time. Volume slows down quite a bit. Okay, so we have a nice rejection. If we can somehow get past this point of control area to the downside and then retrace, then we can have an opportunity for it to continue to go down. If not, then, you know, I might use this area to continue to push up, which it looks like it is. Yeah. I don't see it working out. Not after that push.
Order filled.
Yeah. Stop taking.
Order canceled.
So I'll look for one more opportunity. Okay, we're still hovering inside of this high resistance area, so not really doing too much except consolidating. So I'm going to look at taking this buy.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'm going to have my stop at 67.49, and to be honest, it could reverse too.
Order submitted.
67.49 area. If it does, oh well. Kind of live and you learn on that one. So I got in, where did I get in? 67.55, 50. I think I'm going to put my stop right here. Let's see. I'm going to put my stop at 67.50. And then my take profit 67.67.
Order submitted.
Yeah, 67, 67.25. So let's see how price plays out, because we are breaking this resistance level. We consolidated, retested, nothing happened. So let's see if we can get this buy opportunity. Currently at 67.56. It's almost 10:10 in the morning. So we're looking at a 1 to 2.14 risk to reward. So let's see if we can get another strong push to the upside. And then also we basically traded and bounced off of this point of control area. So strong indication that, we possibly want to continue bullish. My first bias was going bearish because we're entering into this resistance level, but things change. Price invalidated what I was thinking, so have to look at, going with what price is currently giving me. And right now it looks like it's possibly given a buy opportunity. So let's see. The buying volume is shrinking up a little bit, so see what price wants to do. If we can get a nice rejection on this area, then we can continue to proceed bullish. Currently at the 67.55 area, 56 area. Slightly up on this trade, but not by much. Let's see if we can start getting a strong bullish push now. I would like to be out of the market by 10:30, because you can see volume is starting to slow down quite a bit compared to, what we experienced after opening. Okay, still hovering around this point of this higher volume area. So it's not really too much follow through as far as being bullish, but probably just going to be a slow grind up. We do have a lot of resistance, from previous days. So, but as long as I can continue to see some rejection, then we have a chance. But, it could be a reversal right here. See if we can get a stronger rejection on this 1 minute candle. So we do have I would consider a 5 minute order block formed on right here where price retested. So just have to be careful if price wants to reject and come down here. Yeah, it's not looking too great, but if we can get a rejection here, let's see, then we have a chance. I think I'm going to put my stop down slightly. 67.48. That way at least matches 4 contracts that I have, 4 contracts. But once it breaks this high, then I'll put it back where it needs to be. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the selling pressure that's coming in. Let's see if we can get a strong push now. Yeah, the buying pressure is pretty weak right now. So we are coming into this order block, but yeah, that was a strong push down. Not looking too good. Take my hand off the mouse. Just let it do what it's going to do. Yeah, the selling pressure is pretty significant, so if we can get like a really good rejection off of this 5 minute candle, then it would give me some confidence knowing that we could continue to go up. But if this starts rejecting and turns bearish, then it possibly won't. currently down. If we can break past this strong bearish candle, then we have a chance, but if we continue to move, down, then I'll probably get out pretty quick. It's about 10:19. I'm in the market a little bit longer than I wanted to be, but let's see what happens with price. All this consolidation, though, in this area is kind of a little annoying, but that's just how, sometimes Mondays are. And there's no major news events either, so. Hopefully we can get some type of strong bullish push out of here. But, if it's rejecting, then that's not a good sign. Yeah, rejected, so. So basically I'll be targeting this high at 60, what is that? 67, 66 area. So let's see what happens with price. We did break through this resistance that turned support, so we are bouncing off of this 5-minute, I would consider an order block. So now let's see if we can get a surge to the upside. Maybe I just got in too early. But luckily I did move my stop. Usually I would want to put my stop at this low at 67.47, but okay, finally at a drawdown, so let's see if we can continue higher at this point. See if we can take out this high at 67.66. If we take out this high right here at 67.58, then I'm going to move my stop. Probably move my stop to 67.51. Okay, it's currently 10:23. Let's see if we can get this push above this high and continue up, taking out this high from previous days. Yeah, we got a strong push. Okay, so we did take out that high, so I'm going to put my stop at 61.50. I don't see it coming back down here, and if it does, then basically my trade is invalidated, so let's see what happens. I want to see buy pressure start increasing, or buy volume coming out of this. Yeah, my bearish bias, kind of live and you learn on that one. I just need to, remember to be patient and wait for confirmation that we are going to continue to go bearish. I didn't get that confirmation. I just tried to guess, and it didn't work out. I'm not saying that this trade, the second one, but those are just little things that I can get better at. They just come with time. So okay, we're currently pushing up at 67.59 area. Let's see if we can continue to get a strong push. We are getting some buying pressure coming into the market, so let's see if we can get a strong push and take out this high up here. All right, currently pushing up 67, 61 area. Let's see if we can continue higher. Buying pressure, buying volume has increased. So that's a good sign that we're going to possibly continue on up and take out this high's liquidity from previous days. So let's get a strong surge on up there. Okay, 67, 64 now. We're approaching. See if we can get to 67, 65. Buying volume is strong. I'm going to put my stop at break even. I don't see price coming back down here, but you never know. let's see if we can get a final push up and take out this high. Five-minute candle looks strong, so we just ended the 5-minute candle. It's 10:30 now. So I want to see a strong follow through. I don't want to see come back retest. I want to see a strong follow through. See if we can get a nice rejection off of this 1-minute candle. So we are pushing down slightly. So let's see. I don't want to see price come down below this level. We need to start seeing some type of rejection. I want to possibly move my stop right here so we can at least get the top of this. If it does come down to 67.57, I don't want to see that, but you know, price does what it wants to do. I want to see a strong rejection off of here. We do have a lot of buying pressure, so let's see if we can get some more buying pressure coming in now. We did have a rejection on this 1-minute candle. I'm mostly looking at the 5-minute to see how those 5-minute candles are currently reacting. There is some rejection coming in, so let's see. Currently at 67, 62. If anything, I want to see a strong push up after this slight retracement. Yeah, if we continue to go down, then it'll just be a reversal and pretty much invalidate the trade. So we are getting some rejection at this area. So let's see a strong bullish push now to take out these highs. Yeah, we're not really getting a strong follow through. I understand it's going to be a retracement back into this area, but I'd like to see a strong follow through trading into this order block area. We need a strong push now. Let's see if we can get that. Selling pressure is starting to decrease. So let's see if we can get some buyers coming in. We're right now at 67, 61 area. I have my stop at a little over break even. I'd like to see it get up to take out this high up here at 67, 67. So let's see if price wants to do that. If not, then it will stall and hit my stop. And I'll be down for the day. But every day is a learning lesson, whether you win or you lose. So we did have a strong push, but it's not looking too good. Let's see if we can get some type of rejection. Sometimes it's hard not to get impatient when it comes to trading, because it's just like you want to see the move, like hurry up and do what it's going to do, whether it's going to take you out or whether it's going to hit profit, you know. I like to see things just happen a little bit faster. But as long as, you know, I'm going to put a hard stop around 8 or 11 a.m. my time. So if we don't hit anything, then I'm going to just get out of the market, because I don't want to be in the market after 11. So we did have a nice rejection. Now let's see if we can have a nice follow through at this 10:37 a.m. candle, 1 minute candle. We're currently at 67, 62 area. If we can blow past this 67, 64 high that was just formed, then I know we can get up to this high previous day. So let's see if we can get a surge. Good buying pressure coming in. I like to see it increase. Okay, that was a strong candle close. Let's see if we can get some more buying pressure coming in. So if price can take out this 67, 64 high, then I'm gonna move my stop probably to 67.58. Let's see where that's at. Yeah, I would move it right under this strong candle. But we have to move past this current high. So let's see if we can get there. So we're currently at 67.63. Let's see if we can get a strong bullish push. Okay, we broke that high. Put my stop at 67.59. So let's see if we can hit this take profit area, take out this previous day's high. We did have a strong bullish push.
Order filled.
Yeah, so take profit
Order
was hit.
canceled.
And I only made $25. I was down about $210. So now my account is up $123.74. So, you know, obviously I would want to win more, but, you know, at least I finished the day in profit. You know, that's all I can ask for. Today was a little bit tricky. You know, I could have held off on the short sell, but, you know, slow daily progress. You know, today ended up in a win, so for me, that's what matters. And, yeah. At least on my first official live stream, was able to come in with a win at least. Even if it was only $25, so be it. I ended up in profit, so it's 10:41 a.m. So I'm gonna end this stream. We went one loss for a $25 profit. Account is up $123.74. So it was higher than what it was yesterday. So that's all that matters. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to end this stream now, and I will be scheduling another stream for tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join, and I thank you guys for watching. Take care, and God bless.